Hey guys, it's Simeon. This is Pro Wrestling Unlimited as we are here on the 8th of March, 2021 to talk about everything that went down tonight on Monday Night Raw. And I'm going to say it right now. Tonight was a interesting, and some may say odd and weird episode of Monday Night Raw. I mean, they started the night with a world title match. Shane McMahon blubbered his words. And yeah, I don't know what the heck was going on with this show tonight. It was weird. We'll talk about all of it, but I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PW Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited. We're going to get our polls going on both of these. What did you think of tonight's Raw? Liked it. It was alright. I didn't like it. Poll is live on Twitch. Throw that same poll up on YouTube. Right. Didn't like it. Steven Randall, we'll talk all about that. No. But with that, I want to say thank you for joining me here on Twitch. If you are watching on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can either help us out by hitting that donate button down below, or by donating Twitch bits in the live chat, in the live Twitch chat. Also, you can help us out by subscribing to the channel, either with a tiered subscription or just like New Jeffrey 23 did by using his Amazon Prime to subscribe to the channel. Because if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. With Prime Gaming, you get one free subscription to any Twitch channel that you want to subscribe to throughout the month, and we would greatly appreciate it if you use that one free subscription on us right here, Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Remember, you're already paying Amazon for either the shipping, the free shipping, or the Amazon Prime Video stuff. So why not? Why not use the Prime Gaming subscription on us? Because if you don't use it, it's just money going to waste in your pocket. Also, on the flip side, if you're watching over on YouTube, you can help us out a couple of different ways, either with a super chat or super sticker donation in the live chat. All super chat donations do get read live on air, or you can subscribe to the channel as a channel member. As a channel member, you get, well, some perks. You get some badges next to your name in the live chat. You get to use the special emojis. You also get early access to videos and early access to some news as well, because we put some early access news up on our Patreon today, as well as posted it. Actually, did it actually post for channel members? I'm going to double check that really fast. It may not have, actually. I may have flubbed that one up. Let's check right now why we're live, and then I'll tell you guys. Well, no, I'll put that news out tomorrow. An interesting one. I'll just say there was an NXT superstar asked to come to Raw tonight because Vince wanted to have a meeting with them. And you are a channel member on YouTube, you should be getting that news in the community tab at any moment. I thought it posted, but I guess it didn't. There we go. Oh, let me fix it. Go. All right, that exclusive news has been posted for channel members as well. Also available on our Patreon, patreon.com/PW Unlimited. It's like the best way to support us straight up. Patreon.com/PW Unlimited. Also, Raul Sharam, you've just been banned in the YouTube chat for spamming. Can't tell you about fucking Brock if we don't know anything about Brock. So don't ask. So yeah, you, my friend, have been banned in the YouTube chat for spamming like a mofo. But with that, we're here to talk about whatever this Monday Night Raw actually was. Monday Night Raw kicked off and there was a recap of last week's show. Showed everything from Bobby Lashley winning the title against The Miz and so forth. We got to the Hurt Business walking through the backstage area all dressed up in suits earlier in the day. Josh Schreiber approached Lashley for an interview. Lashley mentioned how happy he was being the champion. He also he said, been through so many obstacles and backstage politics, but he busted his ass to get this shot. And my first thing is, busted your ass to get this shot? You had a shot a year ago and you failed, Bubba. You fucking had a shot at Backlash against Drew. I'm pretty sure other than Big Show, he was the first person that Drew defended the title against, and he failed. Oh, I haven't got a shot at the WWE title in 16 years. Not true. Not true. Basically, he cut a babyface promo. He said when he finally got his shot, he made sure to punish The Miz. He said he's going to make an example out of Miz again tonight and send a message to the rest of the locker room. 16 years was too long to wait, too long for him to win the title, and no one is taking it from him. He said the almighty era has begun. There's the show that Miz enters with John Morrison, and they tell us that, hey, next up, like now, WWE title match. And I go, now? Why? Are we getting that much bullshit that they're going to stretch this out throughout the show again? Luckily, they didn't, but the show was full of bullshit. Miz rambled on for a while, but unfortunately had some actual good points to make. Miz said that last week he was asked to defend he was told that he had to defend the WWE Championship. That at first, he wasn't feeling well. Didn't think he should be in the match. But he did it anyways. Then comes the second match. Came out. The match started. He was counted out. By count out, the champion retains. With that sentiment, Miz stated that I did nothing wrong. I came out and I defended my title like I was actually obligated to do. It said, but then management turned on me. Management told me that I was in the wrong and had to defend my title again on the same night or I would be stripped of the belt. Which was bullshit in my, Miz was making a lot of good points here as far as saying the match started. I lost by count out. Count out loss. Title still stays with the champion. And it's just like, well, he's not wrong. Really not wrong. He would continue to recap everything we just saw in the opening video package. He said the only thing WWE did right was giving him a rematch tonight. He wanted everyone who celebrated Lashley's win last week to get ready to post about another new champion. There was a commercial that did let us know that WrestleMania is back in business and tickets go on sale a week from tomorrow. And they hammered that to us. Tickets on sale a week from tomorrow. Tickets on sale a week from tomorrow. All throughout this show. Tickets on sale a week from tomorrow. So we get this match. It's Bobby Lashley versus The Miz, and it goes way longer than I thought. This match went 9 minutes long. And Lashley got a new entrance. Lashley got an entrance because so Miz is standing in the ring, and also we hear we see this lightning start crashing on the stage, and freaking what do you call it? Explosions start going off. Explosions, good explosions. Just gonna say that. Then it cuts to a video package. Bobby Lashley wrecking people in the video with lightning effects. It's all golden and this and that, and they got a new 3D graphic that hovers in the building. And so early on, Miz tries to avoid Lashley, but Lashley caught him and hit the delayed vertical suplex. Miz avoided a charge, and Lashley went shoulder first into the post. Miz also ran Lashley into the post, but Lashley ran him over with a clothesline. This led to a break less than 2 minutes into this title match, and in the first 35 minutes of this show, we had so many goddamn commercials. You know how many dang commercials we had? Never mind. Lashley remained in control after the break. He chucked Miz across the ring and into the barricade. Lashley cut off a brief comeback attempt by the Miz and drove him into the post. Lashley would then go for the flatliner and a spine buster before applying the Hurt Lock and picking up the victory. The match went 9 minutes, and it was basically a squash. A 9-minute squash. What the hell? Going forward, they talked to former WWE champion Drew McIntyre, who they call, I guess it's like the penultimate next challenger to Bobby Lashley in the WWE Championship. McIntyre told Sarah Schreiber he's the only worthy challenger right now. He's pissed off about Lashley attacking him and costing him the title, only for The Miz, yes, The Miz, to win the title from him. McIntyre said, I beat Brock Lesnar. I held that title for about a year. And it was all for nothing. McIntyre questions Lashley's passion and his heart. At this time, he was then attacked by Sheamus. Sheamus tossed him into a bunch of equipment boxes and so forth. Sheamus then threatened to make McIntyre miserable. After Sheamus left, McIntyre got up, tossed some stuff around in anger, and yeah, not a bad segment at all, building up to an upcoming match later on in the night. We got a Rhea Ripley's coming soon promo. Rhea Ripley is not the NXT star that I referenced that was called the Raw tonight. Just saying. After the break, Adam Pearce approached McIntyre. McIntyre didn't allow Pearce to speak. He demanded, I want Sheamus, no disqualification. And he got it. In the back, R-Truth approached Braun Strowman, who said that Bugs Bunny has gone to the dark side and joined the Monstars. So he needed his own Monstar to get his baby back. Never mind. I'm not even going to say it. Truth did some more comedy before Strowman cut him off. Tell him that he's going to the ring because he's going to demand an apology from Shane McMahon. Truth put on some shades and tried zapping him like Men in Black. Truth ran off, and this didn't work. This was dumb. This was horrible. This was bad. There was then a commercial that reassured that William Regal will have a massive announcement this coming Wednesday on NXT. But, as we fast forward, it's actually announced later in the night, William Regal doesn't just have a massive announcement this Wednesday, a double massive announcement, 2 massive announcements this Wednesday on NXT that will change the landscape of NXT and continue to make history within WWE. I'm going to tell you right now that I'm 99, well, no, we'll say 99, we'll say 95% sure that those 2 announcements are going to be A, the announcements of NXT Women's Tag Team Championships, and B, the announcement of NXT moving to Tuesdays after WrestleMania. April 13th should be the first NXT on Tuesday. So I believe those are going to be the announcements that William Regal does make this coming Wednesday. As I said, he's got 2 game-changing, groundbreaking announcements coming on NXT. Going forward, Braun Strowman enters the ring to complain about Shane McMahon. Strowman knew that he could snap Shane's neck and also knew that Shane could fire him at any moment if he really wanted to. Strowman snarled like a lunatic, demanded that Shane come out and show him some respect and give him an apology. Shane comes down to the ring. He gets in the ring really quick. He just looks at Strowman and goes, I apologize. And then he leaves. Byron Saxton goes, that's it? That's it? And Shane leaves. He starts going up the ramp. And he teased that he had more to say. But he really didn't say anything else. He's like, this and that and blah, 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 and this and blah, 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 blah. And he just stalled and just took up more time. And was just like, some people say stupid this and stupid does. And da, da, da. He's made all these different movie references about being stupid and calling people stupid. And it's like, what the fuck are we watching? And it's like, apparently, according to a report from Fightful, this was the plan. This was the plan all along for Shane to go out there and inconspicuously call Braun Strowman stupid, but not actually say stupid. So, well, actually, no. I'm skipping ahead. I apologize. I'm wrong. That, what I was just talking about, comes later. So Shane says, I apologize. Byron says, that's it, and Shane leaves. We get more later, actually. WWE wished Bad Bunny good luck on his Grammy nominations and performing at the Grammys. Rather than ask Shane, it looked like you wanted to say more to Braun Strowman. Can you elaborate? And he goes, whoa, maybe later. And he leaves. Then we get a 19 to 20 minute, no disqualification match. The match itself was freaking great. But when you go almost 20 minutes and don't give a finish, what the bloody hell? So Sheamus gets attacked by McIntyre during his entrance. Match officially started once they hit the ring, though. They're going back and forth, and they're ducking shots, and eventually a kendo stick gets brought in. And they both get just wrecked with this kendo stick. McIntyre slammed Sheamus on the steel steps at one point. Sheamus kicked the middle rope into McIntyre's groin and attacks with the kendo stick. Sheamus used a rolling senton at one point, and McIntyre came back with the overhead suplex and a neck breaker. Sheamus at one point hit a backbreaker and applied a clover leaf, but McIntyre escaped with a spine buster for a 2. McIntyre would follow this up with a superplex for a 2. Sheamus came back with a white noise for a 2. Sheamus grabbed a chair, but McIntyre seemed to punch it right into his face. McIntyre hit him with the chair, gave him a future shock DDT on the chair, only for a 2 count. As the match goes on, they're both fighting. They eventually fall to ringside. They're eventually fighting at the ringside after a Claymore attempt and a brogue kick. So they're at ringside, and they each grab the steel steps. They've got the steel steps held up over their heads, and then they just run at each other like two bulls with these steel steps. They crash into each other. The steps go bang, boom. McIntyre falls over the barricade. Sheamus crashes down, and we get goddamn "This is awesome" chants. Now, if a real crowd wanted to chant "This is awesome," I wouldn't complain. But for WWE to try to tell us what an awesome spot is, that's where I have a little bit of a gripe with it. Because this wasn't awesome. But for them to pump in the "This is awesome, this is awesome" chants, no. That's going a little too far with your, what's it called? Piped in crowd noise. A bunch of people come down, check on both guys, and eventually the referee just goes, yeah, they can't continue. Match is over. 19 and a half minutes, almost 20 minutes, and we don't get a goddamn finish? What? We're going to get it again next week? How many weeks we got till fucking Fastlane? We've got next week, and then we got Fastlane. So next week is the go-home show for Fastlane. And it's like, are we going to get another crap finish then again? So that way they can fight at the pay-per-view? It makes no sense. No sense. We get a Randy Orton, Alexa Bliss video package recapping all their bullshit. And then we send it to our new backstage interviewer, Kevin Patrick. Never heard of the guy till this morning. He's interviewing AJ Styles with Almost in the back. Styles ignored his questions because he said, whoa, why do you want to talk about me when we got to talk about Randy Orton? You see that, what we just watched? Started laughing about Orton being a victim of a voodoo and magic. Orton would then appear. Orton asked if there's something funny about a grown man having his mind messed with. Styles said, well, yeah, it's because you're weak. Orton wanted to know if AJ wanted to see how weak he was. He challenged him to a match later on in the night. And AJ goes, well, if you're looking for a bigger problem than you already got, well, I accept. So we get the match. Later on in the night, it ends up being the main event. Randy Orton versus AJ Styles. And they keep freaking saying, this match between AJ Styles and Randy Orton, it's a WrestleMania caliber kind of match. And I go, yeah, no shit. They wrestled at WrestleMania 2 years ago. No, duh, it's a WrestleMania caliber match because we've seen it at WrestleMania. Or did you guys forget? Next up, New Day came out, and we learned that Shelton Benjamin will be going one-on-one with Xavier Woods tonight. Also, it was announced that next week on Monday Night Raw, the go-home show for the pay-per-view, not even at the freaking pay-per-view, New Day will challenge the Hurt Business for the titles. So here tonight, we get Xavier Woods versus Shelton Benjamin. So why couldn't we get Kofi versus Cedric next week as another build-up match and then get the title match at the frickin' pay-per-view? Do they have that much stuff planned for fucking Fastlane that they can't put this match and another title match that was announced on the show? It just doesn't make sense to me. This match is good, though. Went about 4 minutes. And it was Xavier Woods and Shelton Benjamin. New Day wore gear inspired by Mortal Kombat. Super cool. Kingston dressed in Scorpion's yellow. Yellow and black, that is. While Woods was Sub-Zero in the black and blue. I loved it. I loved it. They also had Mortal Kombat logos. Silhouette of a unicorn instead of a dragon. So there was a spot early in this match where Benjamin hit a very stiff knee to Woods. And I thought Woods looked like he sold it well, but I think it was more than just selling it well because that knee looked stiff. So, excuse me. Woods came back with some chops, strikes, discus forearm, and they laid in some boots. Benjamin decided to turn the attention to Kingston. Woods rolled them up for the pin. Benjamin distracted himself by yelling at Kofi at ringside. Got fucking rolled up and lost. I assumed Woods would win since they got the title shot next week, but not like this. The heel distracted, let's hear this again, distracted himself by yelling at somebody at ringside. Idiot. Idiot. So in the back, Sarah Schreiber talking to Riddle. She told Riddle, sirens are on my end. Riddle told Schreiber the Retribution won't be able to distract him in his match tonight. Said he was more concerned about where to park his scooter because last week he left his scooter in the back and got a ticket. He said I could take it to ringside, but Mustafa Ali may try to take it and break it. Riddle then asked if she had any ideas, and she said, no, I don't. New Day then walk in from their previous match. And he goes, hey, Xavier, we still up for Call of Duty later? And he's like, oh, yeah. They said, you ready to play? You're going to be ready to play after you beat Slapjack? And they made some references and all that. And he goes, heck yeah, hey, can you do me a favor and watch my scooter for me? And they're like, for sure, bro. And so Kofi gets a scooter and goes, man, this is a bad scooter. Look at this. Oh, bunny hop. Like, okay. They also do let us know that next week, Riddle will be defending the United States Championship against Mustafa Ali. So 2 title matches next week on the go-home show for the pay-per-view. not on the pay-per-view, on the go-home. Riddle took on Slapjack in a 4-minute match, and he exploded right out of the gate with a series of suplexes and strikes. He went for a penalty kick on the apron, and Slapjack blocked it, sort of, and dropped him on the apron. Slapjack then hit a few suplexes for a 2. Riddle blocked a missile dropkick attempt and hit a final flash knee for a near fall. Slapjack kicked Riddle, knocked him down for a 2, but Riddle fought back with some knee strikes, Bro Derek, and the victory. The U.S. champ defeats Slapjack ahead of his title match next week. Ali then yelled at Slapjack, and there was nobody else for Retribution. No Reckoning, no Mace, no T-Bar. It was just Slapjack with Mustafa Ali. Very weird. First time we've, I think, seen that happen, where it's just the wrestler and one other person of Retribution. So in the back, Adam Pearce goes up to Shane. He's like, hey, were you going to say something else to Braun earlier? And Shane's like, whoa, what is everybody just wanting to know my business? Could have asked politely. He's like, hey, I'm not trying to be nosy or anything. It's just weird. And Shane's like, I do have something else I want to say to Braun. You know, go get him. Tell him I'll be waiting for him in the ring. Boy, howdy. Shane's in the ring. We get a loud Shane O'Mac chant from the fake crowd. Strowman enters. Act like, and Shane's talking. He's like, hey, I need a new mic. I need a new mic. This one ain't working. Mic was working fucking fine. He gets the mic. He gets out of the ring. He starts walking around the ring and up the ramp. And he's like, Braun, you think I disrespected you? Think I was calling you stupid or something? But I wasn't. Shane's like, I got to think about what I'm going to say next. I got to figure out how I'm going to phrase this. And Strowman's like, just get on with it. Say it. Quit stalling. And Shane just stood there holding the mic as Strowman starts pacing around the ring, getting madder and madder by the moment. Shane says that he can tell that Strowman was upset with him. He said that he didn't call Strowman stupid, and then proceeded to basically call him stupid without saying that he's stupid. He said, like, stupid is, stupid does. He started to stutter, and he also said, well, you know what, Braun? And this pissed Braun off enough to where Braun jumped out of the ring and chased Shane McMahon out. Shane runs to the back. Braun runs after him. Braun's running around. Shane, where are you at? Where are you at, Shane? And all of a sudden we hear, car takes off. SUV bolts out of the building. Strowman gets pissed, thinking Shane just left. Shane just goaded me to the back and then dipped out. Strowman goes to leave. Whereas at this point, freaking Shane just reappears. He looks at the camera. And he basically goes, man, stupid. I'm like, this was dumb as all fucking hell. And apparently, according to Fightful, this was the plan. Nobody messed anything up. And that's all to get Shane not liked. Shane is the heel. Braun is the baby face. Let me say that again. Shane McMahon is the heel in this. Braun Strowman is the baby face. And this is, I'm pretty sure, leading to a match at WrestleMania. It's leading to a match. I doubt the match is a Fastlane. So the match is going to happen at WrestleMania. So bad. Also, guys, I want to let you know if you want to be part of the show, you can do so by texting in to 510-906-1341. Again, that number is 510-906-1341. The number is in the live chat on both Twitch and YouTube, and it will be scrolling periodically right down here throughout the show. For the recap, the Nia Jax My Whole stuff as Naomi and Lana are coming down to the ring, and then they go, oh, hey, by the way, Naomi and Lana are coming out because they're challenging for the women's tag titles. Do what? I get they're supposed to be next in line. But yeah. Okay. But we get this match. Jax enters and Shayna enters first, and then Nia comes out with Reginald. Said, I felt bad for Reginald last week. He got fired by Carmella, slapped by Sasha Banks, but I know a thing or two about wine. Plus, ain't he cute? Jackson Baszler cornered Lana early on, and Naomi just yelled, Lana, move! I was like, damn. She then gets in and wipes out the champs with the corkscrew dive. This led to a break 2 minutes into the match. After the break, Baszler was in control. She stomped on the arm of Lana. Lana kicked Baszler. They both tagged out. Naomi took out Baszler before hitting Jax with a series of kicks, but Baszler broke up a cover. Reginald then grabbed Naomi's leg as she came off the top rope. So she stopped what she was doing and tagged in Lana. That spot was kind of weird, a little clunky. Lana drop kicked Reginald as Naomi held him by his head. Jax ran over both Lana and Naomi before giving Lana a powerbomb for the victory. Match went about 7-8 minutes. So now Reginald's just with Nia? This makes no sense at all. I don't know who likes this guy so much that they feel like he needs to be on TV every week. What the fuck? What the hell? What the shit? Yeah, I'm going to say them all. What the damn, what the fuck, what the hell, what the shit. Stupid. And so now, Lana and Naomi lost in their attempt to become tag team champions. And no, people don't got to go, well, why are Sasha and Bianca getting title shots when Naomi and Lana haven't got their title shot yet? Well, they can go, oh, no, they did this past week on Raw. So dumb. Sarah Shriver approached Randy Orton and mentioned that several wrestlers were concerned about his well-being. Orton was surprised to hear he had any friends or people that were concerned about him. He thought it was funny, considering no one actually approaches him. He said Styles just needs to be worried about getting that RKO. Shriver interviewed Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. They said they want to be taken seriously as a team and as individuals. And then Charlotte would come in and go, I'm the top person here. And if you want a shot at the women's title at WrestleMania, well, you're going to have to prove it to me. Prove it to you? What are you, the general manager making matches? I thought you wanted the shot. So was this a multi-woman match? Or is it Charlotte's going to beat a bunch of people's asses over the next 5 weeks and then go, oh, by the way, I'm getting a shot at Mania. I'm going to take the title from Asuka. This made, I don't want to say no sense, but not much sense. Kevin Patrick interviewed Styles again and said, you regret the comments you made earlier about Randy Orton? And AJ goes, no, why? He said Orton shouldn't be focused on him. He should be focused on Bray Wyatt or The Fiend or Alexa Bliss or whoever. Styles said he planned on handing him a loss heading into WrestleMania. We go to our main event. Match goes 15 minutes, and it's a pretty good match. But we get bullshit at the end, like almost every match tonight. Like, we got a finish, but we damn near might as well not have gotten an actual finish. Orton was all over Styles early, suplexed him off the announce table. Very early. Orton became distracted by Omos, so Styles nailed him with a springboard forearm, which led to a break. Styles was in control until Orton came back with a right hand and a clothesline and a power slam for a 2. He followed this up with the backbreaker for another 2 count. Orton set up a superplex, but Styles slipped out and dropped Orton on the turnbuckle. Styles went for a springboard move, but Orton tripped him. Styles blocked a draping DDT attempt and applied a calf crusher. Styles let go after Orton got close to the ropes, and Orton an uppercut and a draping DDT. As Orton set up for an RKO, though, almost pulled AJ out of the ring. We then hear, Randy Oh, Randy. And it's Alexa on the screen. She's got a Jack in the Box. Dun, 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 dun. She stops and goes, not yet. She takes a match. She lights it. Pyro goes off when she drops the match. And I've seen it all on Twitter. Now that's how you do pyro. AEW better be watching these explosions. Anyways, Kane Pyro goes off. Randy Orton's all distracted. And all of a sudden, Randy goes, and he throws up the black stuff again. Turns around. AJ hits him with the forearm. AJ pins him. AJ wins the match. Alexa's still up on the screen. She starts giggling. Hee 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 hee. As Orton staring at her from the ring. And that, ladies and germs, is how Monday Night Raw ended. How Monday Night Raw went off the air. A lot of fuckery and bullshit on this show. For people last night during our AEW review saying that I am biased, that I only talk shit about AEW, watch this. Did you hear what I said? There's a lot of crap on this show. But with that, again, there was some good stuff. I'm not going to lie. I mean, the bulk of the match between Sheamus and Drew McIntyre, really good. The stuff, well, I would say what we saw between Shelton and Xavier was good, but when it only goes about 3 minutes, can you really call that good? So, I mean, the AJ Orton match itself was good too, except for the finish. So, I mean, I don't know. But with that, let's check our polls. Also, remember, guys, if you want to let me know what you thought of tonight's show, you can text, and we'll take some calls if you want. Text or call 510-906-1341. Again, that's 510-906-1341. Take your calls or your text messages. We got a number of texts, but we'll also take your calls if you want to call in. As far as the Twitch poll does go, 75% of you thought Raw was just all right. 17% didn't like the show, and 8% thought it was good. 8% liked it. As far as the YouTube poll goes, 54% of you actually liked tonight's show, 38% thought it was all right, and 7% did not like Raw. Check out your text messages. Person says, what second segment was Shane McMahon? Felt long and boring. Yes, it did feel long and boring, but let's take this call. Caller, you're on the air. What'd you think of tonight's Raw?
I thought it was pretty good. So, I actually have a question. Is there any speculation when Rhea Ripley is debuting?
I haven't heard when. We know she's coming to Raw. I would assume they're going to keep building her up with these videos, and then she'll probably be like the Raw after WrestleMania.
Okay.
That's the only thing I could assume.
I'm actually hearing myself while you're on the air right now.
All right, but with that, thank you for the call, and have a great night.
All right, you too.
All right, let's check out this next text message. This person says, is it me? Or damn, is that new backstage interviewer short? I mean, he even made AJ look 6 foot, and we all know AJ isn't a tall guy. Yeah, he was about, I didn't think he was shorter than AJ, was he? Hold on, let me pull up Twitter. I didn't think he was shorter than AJ. Hold on. WWE. I'm going to find that segment with him and AJ. He's also the new host of Raw Talk, taking over for Charlie Caruso. We didn't see Charlie Caruso last week either, so speculation, maybe she's leaving WWE. Maybe ESPN wants her more full time. No, this guy's like 2 inches shorter than AJ. Let's take a call. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, Tim? I
Not
thought
much.
Raw was pretty good for most of the part. What is the whole Randy Orton Fiend thing gonna lead to? Like, do you have any idea, like, when the Fiend's gonna show up?
Sometime before Mania. The plan right now is Randy Orton versus The Fiend at WrestleMania.
Okay. And the thing for Lashley, will it be like Drew versus Lashley or
I mean, I was told for sure Lashley's in the match at Mania. He's not going to drop the title or anything beforehand. As far as who his challenger is, there are a couple people they're contemplating, but nobody that
yeah?
they've said, like, this is the guy. I've heard two different names. Drew, one of them. I don't want to say the other name, but I've heard Drew and somebody else being contemplated.
All right. Thanks, Em. Have a good night.
All right, have a great night. Thanks for the call. Says, do you think Bobby Lashley's entrance was a jab at AEW last night? Probably not. Maybe the explosion with Randy at the end of the show was, but not the Bobby Lashley thing. I mean, maybe, but Says, I think Roman will attack the ref at Fastlane, and Owens will stun Bryan and cost him the championship. You're looking way too far into whatever that is, bro. No. That Owens Roman thing is over. Says, I propose Drew, Sheamus, Orton, AJ, winner. Faces Bobby Lashley at Fastlane for the WWE title. What do you think of the idea? Who do you see winning the 2 title matches next week? Hurt Business. Okay, so I don't know what you're talking about. Saying they should do just a big multi-man match with the winner getting a shot at pay-per-view, Fastlane? Maybe. As far as next week, Hurt Business is going to keep the tag titles because you want to see all those guys with gold. It looks good to see all those guys with championship belts. As far as the U.S. title matches go, I know Vince really likes Riddle, so with that sentiment, I'm going to say Riddle retains, but I would not be against Ali winning the belt. Person says, I may have missed it, but what do you think of Lashley's almighty entrance? This tells me they are invested in Bobby and Drew won't win at Mania. Now, that doesn't mean anything. Just because they gave him a cool new entrance. Okay, cool new entrance for 5 weeks. If he loses the title at Mania, he loses the title at Mania. I think it's cool. Not like blow your socks off or anything. I mean, eventually the lightning and all that's going to get a little old, but we'll see. Another person asking the same question. Person said, did you notice they didn't show Shane entering the car? Somebody else drove off. Well, we know Shane didn't drive off in the car because Shane showed up in the building after Braun ran off. Shane was still there. So, of course, it wasn't Shane. Another person says, who do you think Rosso do next move forward tonight? I have no clue what that even means. Is it English? This text message here says, do you think Riddle's character needs to be shown as more serious? He comes off as goofy to be a too goofy to be a champion. No, I think it's fine. It's exactly what they want him to be. Vince thinks he's hilarious. Vince thinks that the stoner stuff is actually pretty goddamn funny and thinks that Riddle does it perfectly. Triple H felt the same way in NXT. They really do like Riddle for as much as you think for people to say they must not like Riddle. They're burying him, making him seem like an idiot. No, Vince finds it super funny. Triple H really likes it, and they both love his in-ring work. But as far as your question about should he be more serious as a champion, I can see where you're coming from with that, but you don't need to be. Let's take this call. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hey, Tim, this is Kenneth in Texas.
How's it going?
Pretty good. The reason why I was calling is basically twofold. I have a match idea I want to run by you. I'm thinking Drew, Sheamus, Orton, and AJ. Winner gets Bobby Lashley at Fastlane. Do you agree or disagree with that idea? And secondly, who do you see winning those 2 title matches that are being proposed for next week?
I want to say thank you for the call. I actually already answered this in your text message. But like I said, I think the multi-man number 1 contendership thing, I'd rather just see them do Sheamus and Drew again for the number 1 contendership. And like I said, I think both champions retain. This person says, when is the Fiend coming back to progress the Fiend versus Randy Orton? And is Randy Orton slowly turning babyface? I don't know if Randy Orton's slowly turning babyface, but the Fiend needs to be back soon because they're fighting a Mania. Says, what's the plan for NXT? Well, as I stated earlier, NXT getting women tag titles and moving to Tuesdays. Regal should be announcing both on a Wednesday. This person says, I think Roman will attack the ref at Fast. Okay, you already sent that in. And this person says, who do you think drove off in the car? And do you think it's Adam Pearce working with Shane to get to Braun? Interesting question. I didn't even think about it. Like, they show that it wasn't Shane, and I go, okay, cool, it's not Shane. But to think who it could have been, and it could have been anybody. It could have been just a backstage production worker. Shane goes, hey, I need you to do something for me. You know how to squeal some tires? All right, make it look like, make it look like you're leaving in a hurry. Here's the SUV, my rental car. Go. It really could have been anybody. It says, is Charlotte turning heel yet again? Probably. She's the female Big Show. 1 week she's babyface, 1 week she's heel. 1 week she's babyface, 1 week she's heel. And finally, this last text message. Do you think Bobby versus Brock match would work? Also, how do you think the match would be booked, and what would you have the outcome be? So, if they were to do Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar, I think it would work. I think Bobby Lashley would win, and you book it no longer than 7 to 8 minutes. And there you go. 7 to 8 minutes of just two guys throwing hands, spine busters and F5s and belly to bellies, and just all the power moves you can do. Basically, just book it like they did Goldberg Brock, but better because, well, Bobby's more athletic and more agile and can do more than Goldberg. With that, I do want to say thank you guys for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PW Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited. We'll be live again on Wednesday talking about AEW Dynamite and NXT. We only got a couple more of these double Wednesday shows before we got to start doing Tuesday night shows as well. But with that, again, I want to say thank you for joining me here tonight. Have a great rest of your night, and I will see you back here live on Wednesday for AEW Dynamite and NXT.